Intended audience, grade 5, content or learning objective, multiply by multi-digit whole numbers and multiples of 10 using place value patterns and associative and distributive properties, created by Maria Piccianti. Okay, vocab. Place value means that the quantity that a digit in a number represents depends in a very specific way on the position of the digit in the number, repeatedly bundling into groups of 10. Associative property, A times B times C equals A times B times C. When multiplying by 3 or real numbers is always the same regardless of their regrouping. Distributive property, A times B plus C equals A times B plus A times C. Multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each addend by the number and then adding the products. Multiplication. Sums of equal groups, the number m means the number of units and n units in one group, m times n equals p. Okay, so now to get a hang of place value, 23 times 20, think 23 ones, 2 tens is 46 tens, 23 times 20 is 460, 30 times 20 is, think 23 tens and 2 tens is 46 hundreds. 23 times 20 is 4,600. So that is the difference. So let's try this one. 41 times 4. So 41 ones and 4 ones would equal 164 ones. 41 times 4 would equal 164. 410 times 400 is 41 tens and 400s equals 164 thousandths. So 410 times 400 is 164 thousandths. So now we're going to do 3,000 times 310, which would be 330 times 331 tens times 300 equals 930 thousandths. So 3,300 times 300 is 993 thousandths. So now we're going to do 500 times 600. So that will be 500 times 600 is 30 tenths. So then, when we do 500 times 600 is 300,000. So now for the next one. So we're going to find the product, show your thinking. The first row gives some ideas for show your thinking. So this is going to break out associative and distributive property and decomposing. So they have A for us, and now we're going to try this. 45 times 3. So that is 135. So now we're going to try 45 times 30 is 135 times 10. So that is 1,350. 450 times 30. So they're decomposing now. 45 times 10 times 3 times 10. 45 times 3 times 100 is 13,500. 450 times 300 is 45 times 3 times 10 times 100. And it's 135 thousandths. So now 45 times 5 is 200. So now they're going to do 40 times 50, which is going to decompose into 20 times 100 is 2,000. So now 40 times 500, 4 times 10 times 5 times 100 is 4 times 5 times 1,000, which equals 20,000. 400 times 5,000, 4 times 5 times 100 times 1,000, 20 times 100,000 would give you 2 million. So this would be helping you multiply and decompose. So now this one. Tickets to a baseball game are $20 for an adult and $15 for a student. A school buys tickets for 45 adults and 600 students. How much money will the school spend for the tickets? So we got to think $20 for an adult, but how many adults? 45. So we got to think $15 for a student and 600 students. So now for this, we're going to put the $20 in for the adult, and then how many of the adults there are in this strip diagram. And then same for the student, how much their tickets would cost, and then how many of the students there are for the strip diagram. So then we think 45 times 20, and we're going to multiply that, and that gives us 900. Then 600 times 15 is 9,000. So to find the answer, we would do 900 times 9,000. That gives us 9,900. So that is the answer. So the school will be spending 9,900 for tickets. Thanks for watching MathCast, created by Maria Picanti.